You finally earn enough money to make your life easier. You move into a better apartment. You replace the unreliable car. You order food when you're tired. You subscribe to services that save time. You buy furniture that feels more adult, clothes that make you look more successful, small conveniences that remove friction from your day. Nothing feels irresponsible. You're not gambling. You're not buying yachts. You're simply making life more comfortable. But 12 months later, something strange has happened. Your salary is higher than ever. Your life looks better than ever. And yet, you have less freedom than before. You can't miss a paycheck. You can't leave your job. You can't take a temporary pay cut to pursue a better opportunity. You can't slow down without watching the life you built begin to collapse. You thought you were buying comfort, but slowly, comfort began buying control over you. More than a century before streaming subscriptions, food delivery apps, and car financing, Friedrich Nietzsche described a type of person who made comfort the highest goal of life. He called this person the last man. And while Nietzsche wasn't giving financial advice, his warning reveals one of the most expensive psychological traps in modern life. The comfort trap isn't really about spending too much money. It's about building a life so expensive, predictable, and protected from discomfort that you lose the ability to change it. By the end of this video, you'll understand how comfort quietly becomes dependency, why earning more can actually reduce your freedom, and how to tell whether your money is serving your life or trapping you inside it. The freedom gap. Imagine your monthly take-home income is $4,000. Your necessary expenses consume $3,200. That leaves you $800. Not enormous, but that $800 is the space between what you earn and what your life requires. Let's call that your freedom gap. It can build savings, fund investments, help you survive an emergency, or let you change careers, move cities, start a project, reduce your hours, or say no to something you no longer accept. Then you get a raise. Take-home income rises to $5,000. You feel like you've finally moved forward, so you upgrade your apartment, $350 more. You replace your car, $280 more. You spend more on restaurants, delivery, subscriptions, and convenience, another $770. Your income increased by $1,000. Your lifestyle increased by $1,400. You now earn $5,000 and require $4,600 to maintain your normal life. Before the raise, your freedom gap was $800. After it, $400. Your income increased by 25%. Your freedom fell by 50%. From the outside, you're doing better. From the inside, you're more dependent. That's the comfort trap, and it rarely announces itself as one. It arrives as a series of reasonable decisions: a safer neighborhood, a more reliable car, a better mattress, an easier commute, a service that saves you 30 minutes. One purchase doesn't destroy your finances. The trap forms when temporary increases in income become permanent increases in obligation. The pleasure disappears, the payment remains. This doesn't mean comfort is evil. A safe home matters, reliable transportation matters, rest and enjoyment matter. The problem begins when comfort stops being something you use and becomes something you must protect at any cost. The last man. Nietzsche's last man doesn't pursue creation, transformation, or a demanding goal. He wants life to become smaller, safer, easier, more predictable. He has what Nietzsche describes as his little pleasures for the day and his little pleasures for the night. Then he declares that he has discovered happiness. What's frightening isn't that this person enjoys pleasure. What's frightening is that pleasure has replaced aspiration. Nothing difficult is worth attempting. Nothing uncertain is worth risking. In financial life, the last man doesn't necessarily look poor. He may have a beautiful home, a new car, premium subscriptions, every convenience available. But remove his next paycheck, and the entire structure starts shaking. His lifestyle looks powerful. His financial position is fragile. 4 stages. This happens through 4 stages. Relief. You buy something because it solves a real problem. Your car keeps breaking down, so you replace it. Nothing irrational here. The purchase genuinely improves your life. Normalization. Within months, the upgrade stops feeling special. The nicer apartment is just your apartment. The delivery that once felt like a treat becomes an ordinary Tuesday. The emotional reward fades, but the financial cost doesn't. You stop feeling richer. You keep paying as if you are. Obligation. You stop asking whether the expense improves your life and start organizing your life around affording it. You tolerate a job you dislike because the apartment requires it. You decline a promising opportunity because it might temporarily cut your income. What began as comfort has become a command. Dependency. Losing the lifestyle now feels like losing status and identity. Moving to a smaller home feels like failure. You've stopped defending the usefulness of the purchase. Now you're defending the story it tells about you. That's where financial decisions become philosophical ones. Your spending stops answering, "What would make my life better?" and starts answering, "What kind of person do I need other people to believe I am?" A larger home can provide space and proof. A luxury car can provide comfort and proof. Designer clothing can provide quality and proof. Proof that you succeeded, that you belong, that you're no longer the person who once had less. But proof is expensive because it requires an audience, and an audience is never permanently satisfied. The car that once made you feel successful now looks ordinary beside someone else's. You don't just purchase the object, you purchase the responsibility of keeping the identity alive. Think of one expense in your life that once felt optional but now feels impossible to remove. Write just that category in the comments. No explanation needed. Naming the chain is the first step toward seeing it. Now, a serious financial video has to admit something shallow advice often ignores. Not every financial struggle is self-created. Housing costs rise, medical expenses arrive, wages stagnate. A person can make careful decisions and still face financial pressure. This isn't about coffee or discipline. The comfort trap describes something more specific: the voluntary conversion of increasing income into increasing dependency, once basic needs are already covered. And Nietzsche's criticism of comfort shouldn't be reduced to "suffering is good." Pain by itself doesn't make you stronger. Living badly when you could live well isn't a virtue. The real question is whether avoiding all discomfort prevents you from becoming more capable. There's productive discomfort, learning a hard skill, living below what your income could support, saying no when your social group says yes. That discomfort buys something comfort can't: capacity. The capacity to wait, negotiate, leave, experiment, survive being wrong, and make decisions based on values instead of bills. That's why the freedom gap matters more than the appearance of wealth. Two people can earn the same amount and live completely different financial lives. One requires almost every dollar to maintain normality. The other deliberately preserves space between income and obligation. One looks richer. The other has more choices and power over his own time. 5 rules. Rule 1. Measure your freedom gap. Take home income minus the commitments your life requires every month, not occasional purchases, the recurring ones. What's left isn't spare money. It's the amount of change your life can currently survive. Rule 2. Protect part of every raise before upgrading. Don't wait to see what's left at month's end. There rarely is anything. As soon as the raise arrives, decide how much will never become a new bill. This isn't deprivation, it's sequencing. Freedom first, comfort second. Rule 3. Separate capability from appearance. A skill, a tool, reliable transportation. These increase capability. An expensive object bought mainly to signal progress increases appearance. Ask yourself, would I still buy this if nobody else could ever see it? Yes, it probably serves your life. No, you may be buying evidence for an audience. And if this distinction is changing how you see your own spending, leave a like. Not because liking a video creates financial freedom, it doesn't. But it tells the platform people want content that explains behavior instead of repeating the same budget advice. Rule 4. Delay permanent upgrades. A one-time experience ends. A recurring obligation follows you. Before increasing rent, financing a vehicle, or adding another permanent cost, live with the new income for a while first. Let the excitement fade. Then ask not, "Can I make this payment?" but, "Do I want this payment controlling my decisions for years?" Rule 5. Choose your discomfort. It can't be removed, only moved. The discomfort of saying no today or of having no options later. The discomfort of a simpler lifestyle while your income grows, or of being trapped inside an expensive one. Comfort doesn't eliminate the price. It just changes when that price gets collected, usually sending the bill to your future self. The moment it becomes visible now. Imagine your company announces a restructuring. An unexpected meeting appears on your calendar. No agenda. Everyone already knows what that might mean. Suddenly, the apartment doesn't feel impressive. The car doesn't feel luxurious. They become deadlines. Rent is due. The payment is due. The lifestyle you built starts demanding income from a job you may no longer have. You check your accounts. Despite earning more than ever, you have enough savings to last 6 weeks. This is the moment the comfort trap becomes visible. Not when you bought the couch, not when you signed the lease. It becomes visible when life changes and your lifestyle can't change with it. Now imagine the alternative. Same raises, same improved life, but you upgraded more slowly than your earnings grew. Your freedom gap expanded. You built reserves, reduced obligations, developed skills. When the meeting appears, you're still concerned. Financial preparation doesn't remove emotion, but the event no longer controls every decision. You can search carefully instead of taking the first offer. Negotiate, retrain, help your family without borrowing. Choose the next step based on where it leads, not how fast it pays. That's wealth, not removing every moment of discomfort, but facing it without surrendering your choices. What self-overcoming means. Nietzsche's last man believes he's found happiness because life has become safe and undemanding. But when comfort becomes the highest value, everything challenging starts looking like a threat. Ambition threatens comfort. Change threatens comfort. Eventually, the person doesn't own a comfortable life. The comfortable life owns the person. Nietzsche's alternative wasn't a financial formula, and his philosophy shouldn't be reduced to slogans. But his work repeatedly pushes toward self-overcoming, refusing to treat your current self as the final version. Applied to money, that isn't about accumulating the most possessions. It's about using money to expand what you're capable of becoming. A stronger professional, a more independent thinker, someone who can enjoy comfort without worshiping it. There's nothing noble about being uncomfortable just to prove you can suffer. But there's also nothing free about needing constant comfort to feel like life is going well. The goal isn't to sleep on the floor while money piles up in an account. The goal is a life where your comforts remain choices, not chains. So tonight, calculate one number: your freedom gap. Take-home income minus the monthly commitments your current life requires. Is that number growing as your income grows, or has every raise quietly created another obligation? Don't cancel everything. Don't punish yourself. Don't try to transform your entire life in one emotional evening. Choose one chain, one recurring expense, one comfort that no longer returns enough value for the freedom it consumes, and decide what would happen if that money started expanding your options instead. Tell me in the comments which category is shrinking your freedom gap the most: housing, car, convenience, or status. And subscribe, because in the next video we'll use Schopenhauer to explain why every purchase eventually stops feeling exciting, and why the things you want can multiply faster than the money you earn. Nietzsche's warning wasn't that comfort feels bad. It was that comfort can feel so good you stop noticing what it's costing you. Comfort is a useful servant, but once it becomes the goal, it begins collecting rent from your future.